Hey there, guys and gals. This week, we're reviewing King of Tokyo, and we're going to do that right now. So, Dee,
John,
this show, we like to review games that are easy to learn, quick to play, and appropriate for all ages, the entire family. Mm-hmm. And that have, let's talk about King of Tokyo because it fits the bill. King of Tokyo is one of those cool games that everybody can get into. You ever watch the old Godzilla monster movies?
No. Only because it's like Godzilla, and then the subtitles are I can't.
Well, there's so much more to a Godzilla movie than that.
I can't.
Basically, this game is Godzilla versus the other monsters in that Godzilla universe for control of Tokyo, and you play as one of the kaiju. So, before we go to the table, let's take a look. Kaiju means giant monster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we just lost all of our geek cred there, Dee.
I don't have any geek cred.
here are the instructions. It is a little bit more instructions than our previous games, about 4 pages, with a detailed explanation on the back of the power-up cards. So we'll talk about this in a minute, but pretty short, longer than we've had previously, but short in comparison to a lot of strategy games that other people might be into. So we're going to go to the table right now. All right, so here is the game layout. The board game, D, is pretty small. It is just an 8x8 square, and it has 2 areas, Tokyo City and Tokyo Bay. We're not going to use Tokyo Bay. That's for games that have 5 to 6 players. Most games, we're going to use Tokyo City. And here, it comes with these awesome kaiju cutouts, these stand-ups. This is Gigazor, the Godzilla.
He kind of looks like Donkey Kong.
Well, he's the king, so that's the King Kong analogy. Yeah, and that's the idea of the game, is you're going to fight for control of Tokyo City. So here's how this game is played. It's pretty easy. First of all, you get your kaiju, you get a scorecard, and you start with life at 10 and points at 0. And that's what you're going to keep track of. And you play the game by rolling these 6 dice. So kind of similar to the sushi dice idea, you're going to roll dice 3 times, and depending on what symbols come up, determine what happens. The lightning bolts are these energy cubes, and these energy cubes act as currency, like money.
Like money, yeah.
Yeah. So I set those aside. I'm going to roll these 3 again, and I get another energy cube. So I got another money, and I'm going to roll this
$1
one more time, and I got an attack, which means you take 1 point off of your life meter because I attacked you. Yeah, so you start at 10 on life and you start at 0 on points. But because you start in Tokyo, you get 1 point. So you're ahead in points, but you're behind me in life. And then the dice gets passed to the next player, and you would roll. Now, before you do that, I forgot to mention that the setup includes these power-up cards, and these are very special powers that you can buy with the energy cubes. So I've got 4. I can buy like Eater of the Dead.
Eater of the Dead. That's disgusting.
And on this card, I gain 3 points every time a monster's heart goes to 0. Their health goes to 0. So if I were playing a multiplayer game, more than 2 players, that could be a great card because when a monster gets eliminated, I get 3 extra points. But I don't want that for this game because there's only 2 of us. So I might buy the Opportunist card. Whenever a new card is revealed, you have the option of purchasing it as soon as it is revealed. That's not very valuable to me. or the Herbivore card, which is an extra point when beginning a turn in Tokyo. So every time you begin a turn in Tokyo, you get 2 points. So this gives me an extra point if I stay in there. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. That could be a useful card. And then you would roll.
Does that take all of your...
Yeah, well, it took 4. I had 4 cards.
Oh, okay. So it
cubes.
says it here. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So then you would roll.
I'm just knocking everything off the table.
Oh, and this is a good roll because you've got 3 claws. These are attacks. So you want to set those aside for just a minute, and you're going to roll those 3 again.
Well, what's the numbers for?
Well, I'll show you here in a minute.
Okay.
You get 2 energy. You might want to use those, or you might want to roll again.
Yeah, I'll take some energy.
Okay, and then you can roll the 3 one more time.
Oh, roll the 3. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now you got nothing. I'll tell you what the numbers mean. Now, you got 3 attacks, so I'm going to take off 3 points from my health. I'm down to 7, and you're going to get 2 more points on yours for starting your turn in Tokyo. Now, here's what the numbers mean. The numbers are actually points, and if you roll 3 ones, you get 1 point. If you roll 4 ones, you get 2 points. If you roll 5 ones, you get 3 points, and so you get an extra point for every additional one past 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 points if you rolled 6 ones. If you roll 3 twos, you get 2 points. And the same thing holds true. So for every extra 2, you get another 2 points. So 2, 4. If you roll 3 points, can you follow along where I'm going here? How many would 3 threes equal? 3 points.
I'm like 9? No, that's not right.
No.
I can't do that. That's not right.
Yeah, I know. The math doesn't quite work. But you got to have a triplicate roll to win the points. And there are 2 ways to win this game. Either by attacking your opponent and causing their life to drain to...
That's not fun. I want to attack you.
Having the life drained to 0. When a monster hits 0, they're out of the game. Or you can win by scoring points. And the first monster to get to 20 points wins the game. So you can either destroy your opponent. Are
you from New Jersey now?
You can either destroy your opponent or win on points. So my son and I played this last night. And normally he's ruthless and wants to do all of the attack points. But last night he tried a new technique, rolling for points. And he beat me again. I have never won a game of this against my 16-year-old son. But you can see this is a lot of fun because you got the rolling mechanic and with the right group of people.
What's the heart for?
Oh, the heart is to restore your energy.
Oh.
So if you're outside of Tokyo, so let's say you got hit and you went outside of Tokyo, when you're outside of Tokyo, you can restore your health. So every heart that you get restores it. When I'm inside Tokyo, I can't restore it. But I can only leave when someone rolls a claw, an attack point, and then I can exit and the next player has to go in.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so a little bit more complicated than the other games that we've played, but really pretty easy to follow along with. And once you've played, a couple of rounds around the table, it's a piece of cake.
Right.
All right, so Dee, that is King of Tokyo.
That's awesome.
Questions, comments, concerns?
No, yeah, pretty much got it, except for the math. I'm a little worried about the math.
I know the math is a little bit weird. What's really great about this game is it's accessible pretty much to any age. If you can, recognize symbols and numbers, you can play this game. I hosted a King of Tokyo tournament at the Rocket City Game Fest earlier this year, and there was a 6-year-old boy in the tournament.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this really is a game for all ages, and because of the theme, it's a lot of fun. You know, monsters are really hot right now with Kong and Godzilla and the Power Rangers movie.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about that. That was like my generation when the Power Rangers came out.
So kind of a timely theme, and it's an award-winning game. It's won so many awards because it appeals to people who are like me, who want, you know, the kind of simpler, quick to learn, easy to play, or easy to learn, quick to play games. Because a game takes about 15 to 30 minutes on average.
Okay.
And but it's got enough strategy with the power-up cards and with the points and whatnot that it can satisfy someone who's like into real heavy strategy games. And it sets up quick. About a minute to set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our review of King of Tokyo. And Dee just wants to play with the stand-ups and have them fight. And that's okay too. That's part of the fun of having a game party. Great game for a game party, by the way.
I swear it's Donkey Kong.